What's going on, guys? It's your boy NTG back at again with another video. In today's video, guys, I'm gonna be having a full breakdown. This is going to be a very easy trend continuation strategy. All right, so I'm gonna break this down. I'm gonna give you guys a step-by-step guide to how to enter the market, how to set targets, how to close and break even. I'm gonna be showing you guys a lot of different things. This is going to be a full strategy. All right, so this is going to be a full strategy breakdown on the channel. I will be showing you guys my live trade for this and also some live streams here. So this is going to be the exact trade we're going to break down, and this is what we're going to look at for the full strategy breakdown. Okay, so this is going to be, like I said, a very easy, very simple trend continuation. Okay, that's very important that you guys hear the trend continuation part of this strategy. All right, so I'm gonna be going back and forth between the live stream that I had with VIP for the live trade, and we're going to break down the strategy step by step. So this is going to be a pretty lengthy video, guys, but just bear with me if you guys really want to learn a very nice, easy, and super sniper entry strategy. Watch the whole video, take notes. You can pause it if you want at certain moments, write down some key notes. I'm gonna be saying some key things here, and we're going to be breaking this down for about 20 to 30 minutes. All right, guys, so make sure you guys hit that like button for your boy NTG. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe for more content like this. Like I said, guys, I'm gonna be back on YouTube posting the full breakdowns. I have a lot of trades that I've been taking for live trading for the academy, so I'm gonna be breaking that down on YouTube. All right, guys, and if you guys do not follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram at ntg.academy. I post all of my live trades on my Instagram now every single day, posting my wins and my losses, so you guys can keep track of all of my trades on my Instagram. You guys can also reach me on Instagram there as well. All right, guys, so you guys already know how we like to do it. We're gonna roll the intro and get straight into the video. Let's get it. All right, you guys, so here we are. Like I said, this is NAS. This is a NAS trade that we took. This was a live stream VIP. Now, this trade was on August 17th of this year. So we're going to break down the trade, and we're also going to implement the strategy that I'm going to be showing you guys that you guys can use. It's ready to go. Just make sure you guys backtest the strategy on your own so you can build that confidence in the future, so that when you answer the trade, you know exactly what you are doing. All right, like I said, we're going to be covering some key notes here, so make sure you guys write some stuff down, pen, paper, or you guys write it down on your tablet, phone, whatever you have to do to get all the necessary information so that you guys are being superior in these markets. All right, guys, so this was a nice trade here that I took with VIP. This is my KLT account right here, and yeah, so this is the broker that I use is KLT. All right, so you guys can see up here, this is KLT Live 3. All right, this is a 1 to 500 leverage. So this broker is very nice. I know a lot of you guys ask me in the videos and comments what broker I use. There you have it, KLT.forex, 1 to 500 leverage. Great broker, instant deposits, instant withdrawals. Can't complain about it. All right, but let's go ahead and get into the actual trade. So we got into sells here. As you guys can see, we went to sells. We were scaling in at the breaks of structure. So I'm gonna be showing you guys the full trade. I'm just showing you guys my side, my POV point, and then I'm gonna be showing you guys the actual charts. I think I made around, I want to say almost 30K on this trade. This was a month ago, so bear with me. A couple weeks ago, yeah, it was around 30K. I closed this trade at like 30-40K. Yeah, so I know I brought the account like to $50,000-$60,000 here. Okay, so let's go ahead and break down the actual trade. Okay, so let me actually get into the actual trade, because we're going to be breaking that down now. So all right, so here we go on the trade, on the continuation trade. Okay, so this is just an easy step-by-step, very, very simple. So how this strategy is going to go is, the first thing we want to do is determine the trend. Okay, we want to draw a pattern on any time frame, guys. This strategy works on any time frame. You can go from the low as the 1 second time frame to the daily time frame. Okay, all right, the second thing we're going to do is wait for the break. That's going to be our entry point. we're going to draw fibs to get our TP, and then we're going to trade manage. So we're going to learn how to close in profit, set to break even, things like that. Okay. So like I said, the first thing we want to do is determine trend. All right. Now, if you guys struggle with determining trend, okay, there's two easy ways we can do this. Okay. We can do it the super simple, easy way, which is an indicator. Okay. So we can go ahead and add a moving average. So if you guys want to put a moving average on your charts, you can. All right. You can set it to 100. 100 is very good. All right. And when you guys set that EMA, you can use an SMA as well. A smooth moving average. I think a smooth moving average will be a lot better with determining trend. But with a smooth moving average, any EMA is fine. You guys want to set it to 100. You can even set it to 200. And this is just going to be like a very quick tool to use to determine trend, right? So of course, if we're under the EMA, it's a downtrend, right? And if we're above the EMA, it's an uptrend, right? So that's just like a quick way, like, you know, you don't want to do market structure determining the trend. We have that easy method right there, which is the EMA. All right, you can use the EMA or the SMA, guys. One of those works wonderfully. All right. Now the second way is a little bit more of a technical price action way to determine trend. Okay, so that's looking at our higher highs, our high lows, and our lower lows, and our low highs. Okay, so we can draw that up real quick, right? Let's draw that up real quick in the market. Okay, so to determine uptrend and downtrend, right, is the market creates higher highs and high lows. Okay, so it's gonna look something like this. Market's gonna look like this. Okay, now the market will create higher highs. All right, it will create higher highs to create high lows. Now normally at these higher highs and high lows, structure likes to retest these areas. So as you guys can see here at this higher high, we have a nice level of resistance there. So what ends up happening is we get that nice touch resistance, creating, okay, that higher high there. Now once we reach the peak of the market in that uptrend, okay, so let's go ahead and right here, okay, so we have a nice uptrend here. Okay, now once we reach the peak, okay, this is the peak of the market, we get it what we call a retest or retracement. Okay, so this is going to be our retracement here. Okay, so that is our retracement here. Okay, so once we get our retracement, this is where we start to create that next high low. Okay, once we create that high low, normally we can draw the fib retracement, okay, to actually get those levels. And as you guys can see, if we draw our fib retracement, we have a perfect retracement at the 50%. I like to use the 56. This is just my own personal percent. And the 618. These are the levels here you want to look for retracement. This is how you know that the market has retraced to its peak before the continuation. So this is a great way. This is actually another strategy you can use for entries, but we're just going to break it down for identifying trends, right? So this is how you want to determine your trend. Okay, so we got that deep retracement back at the 50%, 618. And what happens is once we touch that area, we continue, right? We have a continuation. Once we get that continuation, we actually break the higher high. And now what we're doing here is now we're creating another higher high. Okay, so now that we reached the new peak of the higher high, again, we can draw the retracements again to see where the market is going to retrace at. Okay, so once we draw again, right, the market is going to create the retracement again, and we can see where it's going to pull back again, where we can get possible entries. We can wait for the break confirmation, double bottoms, double tops if we're in the, you know, downtrend, uptrend. So as you guys can see, not only did we react to the resistance becoming support here of the higher high, Now we hit the retracement, and now we can see here that we have created another high low. All right, so that's just a basic way to look for market trend. Okay, so we can look at we can determine the trend this way by looking at the market and this pattern. Okay, and the same thing is going to be for a downtrend. Okay, so let's look at the downtrend real quick. Okay, like I said, guys, you got to take a lot of notes here. All of this is going to be very, very important. Okay, so we want to draw our downtrend. Okay, we're just looking at retracements here, and it's going to be the same thing, right? But this time we're creating lower highs, and lower lows. Okay, so in this case, for this system here, this pattern that we're going to be drawing is going to be on the downtrend side. Okay, so once the market is continuing to create lower highs and lower lows, okay, as you guys can see here, beautifully creating those lower lows and low highs. And like I said, we're drawing that fib retracement, okay, to wait for that pullback. We got the 50% pullback and then the continuation back to the downside. So this is how we will determine the trend. Okay, so those are the two simple. Okay, the first one is the simple way. This is a little bit more complicated, but once you guys get used to it, you guys can easily, you can just go by the naked eye. You won't even have to draw it out that much to determine trend. Okay, so that's the first thing we want to do there. Okay, that's the very, very first thing we want to do. So let me go back down into my my time frame, because we traded this on the lower time frames. Okay, so let me put this here, right? So we kind of already determined the trend there. Let me also take out the EMA. Perfect. Okay, so we're determining our trend already. As you guys can see here, the market is creating those lower lows, the low highs, coming back up here, coming back down, coming back down, and then here we get our retracement there. Now we can also, what we can do, which is very interesting, like we did on the play here, is we can draw our fib retracement, right? And where is the market at? Right at our perfect retracement area. So we know we're in a downtrend, and we know that the market has reached the peak of retracement here. Okay, so that's the first thing we want to do. We want to determine the trend. Well, we know sells, so we're only looking for sells right now. We know what price is at right now. It is a bearish market, so we want to look for sells. Okay, so let's go ahead and check that off. We had determined the trend already, which is perfect. Okay, we determined the trend. Now what we want to do is draw our pattern. Okay, now I want to show you guys the live stream as well. So this was the live stream for the actual trade. So we're going to be reviewing the same trade that we took with VIP. Shout out to you guys here that are in the chat. If you see yourself, comment below on this video and say what's up to your boy NTG. We had a good time in August. August was a great month. We had a lot of good trades in August. I mean, we were going back to back wins. Crazy month for August. Okay, but this is going to be the same trade here. I'm going to be, scanning through here, looking at some previous notes. I like to look back at my live streams a lot to look at where we could improve, what we can do better. We set that TP at the 14,813. So we're going to talk about that on the actual breakdown here. Okay, but I want to see if I know anything here. We're all in the trade right now in sales here. I want to see if there's anything interesting right now that we're talking about. Okay, so I'll leave that running there for now. Let's go ahead and go back to the actual breakdown. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to draw our pattern. So that's the next thing we want to do. Here in this case, what we had for VIP is we had a nice rising wedge here. Okay, now in downtrends, rising structures is what you want to see. Okay, any rising structure, any rising flag, or any rising wedge are great confirmations for bearish continuation. And then for a bullish market, okay, you want to see falling structure. So you want to see any falling flags, falling wedges. Those are great great patterns to trade when we are in a uptrend. Okay, so but in this case we're in a downtrend, and what we did was we drew our pattern here. Okay, so what I'm looking for in this pattern is swings. So you guys see here we have one swing here, we got a touch here. That's all I'm looking for touches. Okay, now if the pattern breaks a little bit, that's okay. Okay, but if you guys see it breaking multiple times, more than once, okay, one is good. But if it starts to break the pattern a little bit more than that, then you're forcing the pattern too much and you have to redraw it. Okay, but we're just looking at these touches here, and we're getting reaction out of our trend lines here. Okay, so we're getting a touch here, and this is how we're kind of just confirming our pattern here. We're using our trend line zones here because market moves in zones, not straight lines. Okay, and that's what I'm doing here. I'm drawing up my levels of structure. Okay, like I said, so when the market is in a downtrend, we definitely want to see rising structure. Okay, so any rising structure is good. So any rising structure like this, like a flag pattern, for that continuation for the drop. Now if we're in an uptrend, okay, so quickly so you guys can kind of see what exactly I'm talking about. If we're in an uptrend, we want to see falling structure. So this is the kind of structure we want to see. You guys see that difference there in structure. So let's move this a little bit here so you guys can see. All right, so any falling structure, and what's gonna happen here is we're gonna get something like this, and then it's gonna break into that continuation once it hits that retracement phase there. All right, guys, so that's what we want to see in that uptrend there. Okay, so let's go back into the system here. Okay, so we determined the trend, and now we want to draw a pattern. We did that. Perfect. So we draw a pattern. Now we want to wait for the break. Okay, so we want to wait for the break here. 1, 2, we get in touches here, and now we want to wait for our break. Now it is around 9:25, so we're gonna get open session soon. Okay, now a lot of volume in open session when it comes to you guys. If you guys do trade any index pair, NAS, XP, US 30, you guys know at 9:30 Eastern time we have our open session hit, and that's where we get a lot of volume in the market. Okay, so once we get the break, okay, so you guys see here, this is the break of structure. This is when we get the break, and that's where we want to enter our trade. Okay, we want to enter our trade. Boom, we want to hit that sell button quickly. Okay, we want to hit those sells. Now this is the easy part, entering the trade. Okay, now the hard part comes with the trade management. Okay, and now with some of you guys as well, and sometimes you guys struggle with actual trading, is because you don't have a destination. So a lot of you guys do not set TPs. You kind of just place trades and you let the market go, right? You're like, oh, I just want to see how much I can make. Or you guys push the market until you're satisfied. But that's not the right way to trade, and that's not the right way to stay consistent. What you need is a consistent system, okay, that sets a TP for you every single time you enter the trade. We don't want to just enter the trade and be like, oh, well, I feel like NAS is going to drop 150 pips. Like, we can't set TPs like that. We can't set TPs based off how we feel. We need a system that tells us, hey, anti-G, measure your fib extension. The fib extension goes to the 2. This is where we want to set TP. Okay, we need that system there, and I'm gonna show you guys that system right now. Okay, and that tool that I use is called the fib extension. Okay, I mentioned it earlier before. This is my tool here, my fib extension. I will show you guys the settings here, and I'll also show you guys how to draw it. Okay, this is my full system here that I love to use every time to get into the market and use my TP for it. Okay, so how we want to draw this? Okay, we want to draw this from the top, the swing of the wick here. Okay, the very, very top, right? So we want to grab the wick there. So that's going to be our first click there. Now we want to drag our fib extension down to the body, not the wick, guys, the body of our entry point where we had entered the candle. That's going to be our second click. Okay, now the fib extension is going to pop up here, And what we're going to do is we're going to drag it back up to that very same point at the first wick. And we're going to do our last and third click. Now, this is going to tell me how far the market is going to extend. Okay. Now, for this VIP trade, let me check to see one more time. I think it was the 813. Yes. So the 813. So we went for that 2.6 TP. Normally I go for the 2, but that open session volume hit and we had some really good volume there. So we went ahead and got 100 pips here, 1,000 points. Okay. 100 pips out of the market from this very same setup. Okay. This is the same setup, guys. Rising wedge, got the break. Everybody on stream enter, some didn't. We had some psychology issues here that we talked about a little bit before, but I already was reassuring VIP of that. Okay, so this is going to be the same exact trade that we took. Now we enter the break. Okay, so we waited for the break. Perfect. So we're just going to check off our boxes every single time. Okay, did we draw the fib extension? Yes. So there's only one last step, and that last step, like I said, it's going to be the hardest part. Okay, guys, this is going to be the hardest part. Everything else is very simple, but this part right here, the psychology, the trade management, this is where everything comes down to when it comes to a system. When you guys don't know what you're doing, you lose the trade. And that's why I tell you guys to back test so you guys understand what you are trading. When you don't understand what you're trading, when you don't know how far the market's going to go, when you don't know what to do when the market does a retracement, a pullback, when you're in drawdown, when you don't know these things, okay, when you don't know anything, you fear the unknown, and fearing the unknown of your strategy results in a loss, guys. It results in early close and loss, early close and profit. It results in fear of not entering the trade, missing winning trades. It's a lot of fear that comes in when you guys have no idea what you're doing. You're just entering trades and you have no back test, no numbers behind your strategy. Why does NTG have the confidence of that? Because I have numbers. I do this every day. I enter the same way every day. I do live trading every day with VIP. This is consistent numbers for me. So I'm going to enter the same way that I always enter. Okay. So we enter the trade. We got the TP here, right? Now let's draw our fibs again so we can look at our stop loss. Okay, so we can set our stop loss either at the 3.8 or the 0.5. Okay, I'm gonna set it at a 3.8 because I want my stop loss a little bit above structure, and we're looking at almost a 1 to 3 right here. So this is a nice and beautiful trade here. Sorry. So these are or you can also set it at the 2-3 as well, but that's not necessary. I don't need to set my stop loss all the way up there. Okay, but that's for you guys. And also, I want to do, before we continue, I want to also point out, on my Instagram, on my videos, I get comments all the time like, where's your stop loss? Why don't you have a stop loss? This can't be real because you don't have a stop loss. I know new traders are so obsessed with stop losses, but you guys understand, I don't need a stop loss to trade. I am actively watching the market. Okay, if I go back and I pull up my live trade again, okay, let's look at it real quick. All right. Right. I have instant click, guys. Let me show you guys how quickly I can get out the market. Well, I let that run. I know I closed a position here somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Let me show you how fast I can get out the market. Just pay attention here. Okay. You guys gonna watch the market move and just look at how quickly I get out of the market. Okay. So I'm going to my right, boom, easy click. If you guys missed it, let's go ahead and see it again. Very, very simple. So I'm waiting, boom. I can close all of these trades in split seconds. Okay. And I think a lot of new traders don't understand that. They think that you need a stop loss. Guys, you don't need a stop loss. Let me tell you this right now. Stop losses are for when you're not watching the market. If you're not actively watching the charts, you put a stop loss. If you're sleeping, if you're working, you're busy, you can't watch the charts, that's what stop losses are for. If you're on the market, if you're watching the market and you can close your trades manually, you don't need a stop loss. It's like, okay, well, NTG, don't you need a stop loss for like major news? What if the market spikes, right? What if it does this? What if you're watching the market and the market goes boom? Well, let me tell you guys an interesting fact, okay? It doesn't matter what broker you have, okay? If you guys have a stop loss here, right? Let's say this trade reverse and news hit, some major news hit, right? Some CPI news, right? Let me tell you guys something. If you guys have a stop loss, your stop loss is not going to save you. What's going to happen is the market is going to move so fast. It's going to move so quick. I even have video I can show you guys. It's going to move so quickly. It's going to jump your stop loss, right? So it's not even going to get you out at that. Let's say you have the price at the 940 even, right? Let's say you have stop loss there. It's not going to stop you out there. It's going to stop you out where the market is currently at. So your MT4 is going to lag. It's going to lag. It's gonna try and keep up with the market. By the time your stop loss gets executed, your trade actually exits up here. Okay, so you actually end up 100 pips. Okay, 100 pips more of a loss, even when you set stop loss. So if you think stop loss is going to save you from like a major spike like that, guess again, it's not going to save you guys. It's not. It's not going to save you. The market moves so quick that it lags the platforms. It lags all the platforms. All the brokers, they lag. They freeze and you can't execute anything. All the trades are non-executable, guys. And if you know this from speaking from existence, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're a new trader and you don't know, you're going to find out. Okay, you're going to find, but my stop loss was here. Why did I lose more money? Because the market jumped your stop loss. It is what it is. Okay, so the only purpose for stop losses is when you're not watching the market. If you're watching the market, I don't need a stop loss. If the market is reversing on me, all I gotta do is click, and click. Takes me a second. All right, so I just wanted to clear that air there for the ones that are always asking me about where's your stop loss, where's your stop loss. Okay, so we enter the trade, and now all we're doing is waiting for the market to play out. Now, a very key note that you guys want to start drawing out is false areas. I call them false areas. This is my own technique. Okay. So what I do here is I draw out support areas here where I think the market is going to reverse. Okay. So I have a bunch of zones here and I wait for confirmation at these zones to make sure that I can get out the trade early or at the right point in time before it reverses. Okay. These are a safety precaution for me because if you guys have ever been in a trade and you guys are, you're like, oh, yes, I'm in good profit. I'm 50 pips in profit. 5 minutes later, next thing you know, you're back at break even. And then now you're looking at drawdown, right? Just that quick. 9 times out of 10, you did not look left to your structure and you did not see any support or resistance levels there. And you were just, you just ignored them, right? You just letting the market do its thing. This is why I have these levels. And every time we break these levels, it's a great sign for continuation. I also use it to scale into the market, okay? So as you guys can see here, we see that reaction we got out of the market. That nice reaction. Okay. Now, this isn't anything to scare us. This is just a reaction. We didn't get any confirmation to exit the trade. And as you guys can see, we got that push down. Now, I do believe I did scale in here. I can look back at my MT4. I did scale in at the break here for a little bit more profit. Okay, again, another reaction. You guys see how we're reacting to these zones, but we're not getting any confirmation to get out the trade. So we can hold. All we have to do is hold here. Like I said, this is going to be the hardest part because if you don't have the psychology to hold, you won't be able to hold these type of trades, guys. You won't. Okay, there's some structure here. Some of you guys, when you get to this point in the market, you gotta start getting fearful. You're like, oh man, I'm so close. Maybe you have like a traumatic experience where the market gets close to your TP and it reverses on you. And you're like, man, I knew I should have closed, right? Let me fix that for some of you guys. Okay. So if you guys have that traumatic experience, if you guys are not able to hold your trades all the way to full TP, take profit. Okay. I always tell my academy to, when we're doing our live trades, as soon as we get about 70 pips or 70%, sorry, 70% of our floating profit, I start telling them to take some money, like 50-50, 70-30, 60-40, take profit. And what you're going to do is you want to take profit here. So take some money. Take some money here. Be happy. Let's go ahead and put a smiley face there, because we're happy, right? We took some profit. And what you want to do is you want to let the rest of your position and set it to break even. So set it to break even. Let the rest run. Okay. So if you make some more money, you get a double smiley face, right? Okay. So let's see what the market does. We did not get any. Now, if we did engulf this candle, which is very interesting here, if we got a nice engulfing here, we would have closed the trade, but we didn't. And we continue to hold the trade all the way down to the TP, and we smacked the TP, right? This was the TP. Now I want you guys to see what NAS does right when we hit the TP. Okay, look at that reversal. Okay, you guys see that reversal there? Boom. And this is why I don't want to show you guys this, because this is why I wanted to tell you guys that you guys need a full consistent system to set your targets. Okay, a lot of you guys will get too comfortable. You'll enter your trade, right? Let's say you're floating in profit here, and you're like, oh man, NAS is gonna go all the way back. Maybe you have a zone here, right? Let's say you have a zone here, some support there. You're like, oh, NAS is gonna go all the way down to that support, right? And you're like, I'm gonna hold this trade, maybe even scale in. And what you do is you mess up your winning trade. It's 100 pips in profit, and you mess up your winning trade that way because you don't measure how far the market can go for your TP. So you're just like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna just let this whole thing run. I want more money. I want to make like 10K. I want to make $1,000. And then you get into this situation. Now you're sweating. Now you're like, oh man, I should have closed the trade. You know what? Let me hold it. Let me add another position, right? The market starts to come back down. You start to get happy again. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, this is it. It's gonna go. And then what happens? It reverses even further, all the way back to your entry point. Okay. And if you're unlucky, you have a position deep down here, you could have blew your account. Something could have happened here, right? This is in drawdown right now, and now you're in the negatives, and you messed up this winning trade just because you don't have a consistent system to take your TP. So this is why this is important, guys. And I know a lot of you guys have faced this exact scenario. I know you don't have to tell me. And this is why we need that fib extension to set our TP consistently every single time. All right. So there we go there. And all we need to do now is just mark up our last check, and that's it. And what we did there, okay, you guys already know. I told you guys, close some profit, set the rest to break even. That's how you want to do it. And let the rest hit your TP. Once it hits your TP, close all trades. You guys can go celebrate that you got a nice winning trade. Man, I saw this Anti-G breakdown where he had his full strategy on YouTube. This thing works great. It always works every single time, guys. This is the exact system that I use for my live trades. You guys already know the deal. So let me go back to my live stream. Make sure I need to touch up on anything else that we did here. No, we waited for the trade to play out. Okay, we had our TP there, and as you guys can see, we're starting to get into our last thing there with the live stream. All right, so shout out to you guys here. Those are my day ones here. We be having some good times on stream. I know Z, Kamad, all of you guys out there side. Catherine. We had some nice times in VIP. So yeah, but this was a good trade, guys. I don't see anything else I need to add on here. Now I will be doing some more breakdowns. I will also be covering like triangles. Next time we'll go over some flags, maybe in an uptrend. I will look in my arsenal of all my live trades, and I'll do a breakdown on YouTube. I'll be posting every week, and so you guys will look forward to that video. So if you guys really do enjoy these videos, make sure you guys hit that like button for your boy. That's just what motivates me to continue to do more videos. You guys are actively liking the video. You guys see what you like. You guys comment below if you guys want to see anything else, guys. You know, really interact with the video, because that tells me what you guys want. Okay, so I'm kind of on a full battery now, so coming back on YouTube. So I'm ready to go ahead and post all this content here. That's gonna be it for the stream there. All right, you guys. So like I said, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys hit that like button for your boy NTG. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe for more content like this. Like I said, I'm gonna have another video for you guys out coming out soon. And if you guys are interested in joining the academy, if you guys want to live trade with me, the academy will be open tomorrow. Okay, October 1st. All right, I'll be opening the academy that morning, so you guys can sign up and you guys can get a chance to live trade with your boy NTG. All right, so it was your boy NTG, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. It was good seeing you guys, and I'm out. Peace.